Did it feel ridiculous to you to be enforcing such a draconian policy when, like, those in power, politicians, anyone who could do anything about, like, immigration, whether it's, creating more work visas and programs to helping
Mhm.
quell violence in the countries where people are seeking asylum from. Did that feel just futile? Or, like, what was your reaction and thoughts about, you know, the things out of your control, the politics going on above you?
I think I think it's the same as in any job when you first get in, maybe you take some training or you take some classes and then you get to actually do the job, and it's a little different than what, your training and stuff was, and you kind of don't understand what's going on. So it takes a while to understand that, and certainly in San Diego County and in Campo when I first got out there is when the first wall started to go up from the Clinton administration. And so that took a while. It took a while for my Spanish to get decent enough at the time to understand what was going on. And I think one of the main benefits of being sent to Campo was that it was such a small station. We had very few agents. At the time, I was the only woman at the station, and you worked by yourself. And so I spent many hours sitting on the top of a mountain waiting for somebody to come with a van to help me, get the groups down. And you start to talk
Hmm.
and smoke cigarettes and chat about things, and you start to learn who the people are that you're arresting every day. And so I think that at first I was like, well, they must know more than I do. I don't know why we don't have more workers permits or why we don't have this program. It doesn't make sense. And at some point, I think around year 4, I started to be like, this is ridiculous. What we're doing is ridiculous. And I don't understand why we're okay with it. I mean, the whole idea behind the wall and pushing people out to dangerous territories was that it would deter other migrants from coming and crossing illegally. But in order for that to actually happen, that means that our government realized that for that deterrence to occur, thousands of migrants would have to die to set the example for the next migrants coming to say, oh, it's too dangerous, let's not go. But even though that they have set the example and tens of thousands have died, it hasn't deterred anybody from crossing. So deterrence policies don't work. So I would say around year 4, I started, I would go through periods of where I'm doubting what I'm doing and thinking about the racism and seeing how the immigration laws are applied differently to different people from different countries, different color of skin, different religions. And so I slowly started to deal with that. A lot of times I would fall back into my, I guess what you kids say today, white privilege, and be like, well, it's illegal. They just shouldn't cross, and I'd stick with that for a while. And then I would come across, something horrible, and it would cause me to have to reevaluate, and I would go through this back and forth for a few years before I finally had enough.
I mean, and you say white privilege, but you've said even more strong things than that. I mean, you've felt. I remember you told my colleague Dina that from AJ Plus that you felt at times like a Nazi, and you've
Yeah.
called Border Patrol white supremacist. I mean,
Hmm.
um, it's not easy to say those things. It's not easy to sort of have that epiphany. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.